This video will dive a little deeper into the summer independent study. On March 12th, you will receive your first set of workbooks and a pacing calendar from your current math teacher. You will also receive instructions to accept the Google Classroom invite. Google Classroom is how we communicate important updates regarding the independent study, so it is important that you accept this invite. On March 14th, all programs will sync. This is the first day you can begin your independent study. You do not have to begin working on that day, but you will not be able to access the program until then. Be mindful of the pacing deadlines that are on your pacing calendar. All your learning will be found in ClassKick. Let's take a look at this program. When you log in with ClassKick, you will click Login with Students. And in order to log in with Google, there will be no class code. You click Login, and this is where you will see the option to continue with Google. And you should see an assignment titled Independent Study, 8th Grade Honors. Because you will be watching Edpuzzle videos and completing Desmos lesson, you must watch this video to learn how to use Desmos. It is a short video that helps you navigate the Desmos system. On the left of the title page, you can see the units that are covered. Everybody has to do the Algebra 1 units, but only the students from 7th grade honors have to do 8th grade Unit 8 because the 8th grade standard students have already completed that unit of study. When you advance to the next slide, you will see all the work that is required for Algebra 1, Unit 1. Clicking on this link takes you to the Desmos activity or the Edpuzzle video for that lesson. When you have completed the lesson, you're to mark off that it was done, and you could do that using the pen tool. Because Algebra 1 Unit 1 does not have a summative assessment required, you will complete the QPCs in order to measure your level of proficiency. So as you can see, once you finish lessons 1 through 5, you will complete QPCA. Complete your work for QPCA on this screen, and then when you are done with anything that you are to turn in ClassKick, you are going to raise the hand and you will see a few options. You're going to raise the green hand to please check. That lets us know you are ready for us to take a look and score your QPC. We will give you feedback and you will need to make corrections on anything that is incorrect. The same goes for lessons 9 through 10. You will complete QPCB after finishing those lessons and QPCC after the next set. Once you have finished Unit 1, you're on to Unit 2. Once again, you will see links for the lessons as either Desmos or Edpuzzle. But starting with Unit 2, you will start to see some questions that you need to complete in your workbook. These are check your understanding questions that are found after the lesson in the workbook. This is the question or questions you must do in order for this lesson to be considered complete. We have provided keys to the check your understanding questions so you can see if you are understanding the content. This document will have answer keys to all the required problems for check your understanding. And then if I advance to the Unit 2 mid, I will see the answer keys for all the lesson check your understanding problems that are required. Once again, a lesson is considered complete when you complete the Desmos or Edpuzzle and the check your understanding question. When you are done with those, be sure to mark when done. You do not need to raise your hand when you are done with a lesson. You only need to raise your hand if you are required to do a QPC. Since there is an assessment for Unit 2, when you go to Slide 7, which is QPCA, it lets you know you only need to do this QPC if you will need to retake. These QPCs in this unit do not need to be done unless you are required to after taking your assessment. And you will continue to scroll through ClassKick and follow the pacing in your calendar that you received in order to complete the independent study. As we mentioned earlier, you will have access to the program starting March 14th. However, the pacing calendar does not necessarily start on that date. You can always complete lessons and take assessments early, but do not fall behind. If you need to, you can use the weekends to catch up on any lessons that you did not finish for that week. When you are ready to take an assessment, if it's during the school year, you're going to talk with your current math teacher and let them know you're ready to take the test. You will work with them to schedule a time to complete the assessment. There are multiple options available at the different middle schools, so your teacher will know what is available. Once school is over and the summer begins, you will be signing up for a time to take your assessment at one of our testing locations. There will be more information in Google Classroom on this as we get closer to the summer months. Regardless of whether you're testing during the school year or during the summer, bring your completed workbook to your testing center and turn it in. You will receive new workbooks after you finish the assessment. All grades will be posted in Infinite Campus. If you do not score at least proficient on your assessment, that means you score a beginning or an approaching, you will need to go through relearning and retake the assessment. QPCs will be assigned for relearning. You will use the raise your hand feature in ClassKick when completed, and we will give feedback. Once all required QPCs are finished and corrected, you may schedule a retake of the assessment. A reminder, if you need to retake 3 assessments, you will be removed from the independent study program. There is no penalty for being removed from the program, you just won't advance to honors geometry the following school year. Another reminder to pay attention to deadlines. Stay on pace. If you miss a deadline, we will give you a warning. But if you miss a second deadline, you will be removed from the independent study. Also, it is okay to work ahead. You may finish lessons before they are assigned on the pacing calendar, and you may also take assessments early if you have completed all of the required work. We know that this is a rigorously paced program, so it is important to stay on top of your deadlines. Congratulations once again for being recommended for this independent study opportunity. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact Christy Vay at the email on your screen.